Thank you for watching Dream Spree Studio Yoga. My name is Shannon. Today we're going to go through the third in the series of Yoga for Absolute Beginners. So let's go ahead, get down into a comfortable seat, and close your eyes. Start to focus in on your breathing. And if you'd like to set an intention for your practice, something you can bring your mind back to in case it begins to wander off, and maybe something you can bring forward into the rest of your day. Now's a good time to do that. And on your next inhale, go ahead and float your eyes open. We're going to begin in child's pose today. So come over to your tabletop position. Then bring the knees out wide and scoot your butt back towards your feet. Put the arms out wide and bring the forehead down to the mat. And as always, this is a good resting pose to come back to anytime during your practice if you need to take a break. And on an inhale, walk your hands over to the left side of the mat. Both hands and arms over so that you get a good stretch into that right side, a little bit of a stretch in that right shoulder. And breathe. On an inhale, walk everything back to center and walk the hands over to the right side of the mat. Getting a stretch into that left shoulder and left side body. And on an inhale, walk the hands back to center. We're going to come back up into your tabletop position. Go ahead and start with your cat and cow. So inhale, the stomach down, arch. Exhale up into cat stretch. Just continue to go with your breath. You can make some intuitive movements with your hips and shoulders. Just kind of wiggle them around a little bit. One more round. And bring everything to the center in a neutral spine. We're going to go ahead and push up into our first down dog. So tuck the feet, hinge at the hips, shoot them back towards the back of the mat. Be sure and draw the shoulders down your back and maybe pedal your feet a little bit. You can come up and down on your toes. Just getting some movement into the legs, getting the blood flowing. And you can pause here for a breath. Try to bring the heels down as far as you can. And on an inhale, come up on your tiptoes and shoot both heels over to the left side of the mat and bring them down, getting a little bit of a stretch into that right side of the hip and the leg. Just keep breathing space into the body. And on your next inhale, pick the toes back up and shoot the heels over to the right side of the mat. Breathing space into the left side hip. And inhale the toes back up, bring everything back to center. Look in between your hands. You're going to step to the front of the mat. Rise all the way up. Hands overhead in tall mountain. Exhale, hands to heart center in prayer. We're going to rise up again in tall mountain. Inhale the arms overhead. Exhale down into forward fold. Now while you're here, catch each elbow and just hang in ragdoll. Let gravity pull you down a little further with each exhale. And don't forget to hold a slight bend in the knees. You never want to lock your knees. Just keep breathing. And go ahead and release the hands. They might be a little closer to the floor than they were before. So take the right hand down, peel the right arm up and twist, or the left arm up and look up towards it in a nice twist. If this is too hard on your neck, you can always look down. Release the hand, and we're going to switch sides. So left hand down, right arm up towards the sky. You can still keep a slight bend in the knees. And bring the right hand back down. Now lift all the way back up. Tall mountain, hands to heart center in prayer. Let's close our eyes. Take 3 breaths together on each inhale. Think let. On each exhale, think go. So inhale, let. Exhale, go. You can open your mouth, just let it all go. Inhale, let. Exhale, go. One more time. Let. Go. And bring the hands to the side in tall mountain. Going to do 3 sun salutation A's. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, down, forward fold. Halfway lift, flat back, look in front of you. Forward fold, step back into plank. Take your vinyasa, take your chaturanga, drop the knee. Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Pause for a breath. Look in between your hands. Step to the front of the mat. Rise all the way up in tall mountain. Hands to heart center in prayer. Very good. Going to do it again. Inhale up. Exhale down, forward fold. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Step back into plank. Drop the knees. Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Pause for a breath. Look in between your hands. Step forward to the front of the mat. Rise all the way up. Tall mountain. Hands to heart center in prayer. Last time. Inhale up. Exhale down. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Step back into plank. Chaturanga. Drop your knees. Inhale. Up dog. Exhale. Down dog. And we're going to pause here for a breath. Lift the right foot up in 3-legged dog. Step forward in between your hands. And we're going to rise up into lunge. You can frame the foot or frame the knee if you need to. Step in a little. Always keep the knee over towards the pinky toes. When you're stable, reach both arms up overhead in crescent lunge. And pausing here for a few breaths. Now spin the left foot parallel with the back of the mat. Open up into Warrior Two. Pausing, looking, make sure to keep your gaze over your fingertips. You want to look out ahead. Now flip the right hand over, take the left hand down the side, and come back into Peaceful Warrior. Gazing up underneath the hand. Rise back up into Warrior Two. And this time, you're going to take your elbow right above your knee and bring the other arm overhead. Kind of rotating outward a little bit, looking up underneath your elbow or towards your hand. This is side angle pose. Just keep breathing, hold it here. And on your next inhale, rise back up into Warrior Two. We're going to flow a little bit, so you're inhaling up. Exhale back, Peaceful Warrior. Inhale up. Exhale, side angle. Just keep going with your breathing. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Inhale and exhale. Now come back up into Warrior Two. Straighten that front leg. Bring the foot to the front. You're in 5-pointed star. And then take the left foot, shoot it forward so that you're in Warrior Two towards the back of your mat. Now we're going to cartwheel the hands down to frame the foot. Step back into plank. Take your vinyasa. So you drop the knee. Chaturanga. Up dog. Exhale, down dog. Pause here for a breath. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So lift the left foot up in three-legged dog. Now look forward, step in between your hands. Come up into Crescent Lunge. You can always frame the knee if you need to for support. And rise up with your hands overhead. Continue to breathe. Always remember to keep that knee over towards the pinky toes. On your next inhale, we're going to open up into Warrior Two. So spin the right foot parallel with the back of the mat. Open up into Warrior Two, opening up the chest and gazing over the front fingers. Now flip the front hand over, reach down with the right hand and look up underneath in Peaceful Warrior. Hold it for a breath, well, a few breaths. Rise back up through center. You're going to prop the elbow over on the knee and come over into side angle. Keep breathing. Now we're going to flow a little bit. So inhale up. Exhale back, peaceful warrior. Inhale up. Exhale. Side angle. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Now straighten the front leg, rise up, come into 5-pointed star, and then shoot the right foot forward, come back into warrior 2, back to the front of the mat. Cartwheel the hands down to frame the foot, step back into plank, take your vinyasa, drop the knees, chaturanga, up dog, exhale, down dog. And just go ahead and drop down into child's pose. Bring the knees out wide, butt back towards your feet. And bring the forehead to the ground. And maybe bring your mind back to your intention that you set for your practice. On your next inhale, go ahead and come back up into tabletop position. And we're going to come back into downward dog. Pause here for a breath. And pick the right foot up. Hold that for a moment. Step in between your hands. You're going to come back up into Crescent Lunge. See if maybe this time you don't have to touch your knee. If you do, that's fine. You know that you can touch your knees first. But see if you can just rise up, arms overhead. We're going to flow through this again. Just a tiny bit faster. You can do it. You can do it. Spin the left foot back. Come into warrior 2. Keep breathing. Flip the right hand over. Come back into peaceful warrior. Rise back up through center. Put the elbow down by the knee. Come into side angle. Now we're going to take our flow. So inhale up. Exhale, peaceful warrior. Inhale. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, peaceful warrior. Exhale, side angle. Now inhale up, 5-pointed star, both feet facing forward. Left foot to the back of the mat, coming into warrior 2. Cartwheel the hands down to frame the foot. Step back into plank. Drop your knees. Take your vinyasa, chaturanga. Up dog. Exhale, down dog. Pause for a breath. Lift the left leg up, 3-legged dog. Look in between your hands. Step in between your hands. We're going to come up into Crescent Lunge. Maybe try to do it without framing the knee, but if you have to, it's fine. Rise up into Crescent Lunge. Spin the right foot parallel with the back of the mat. Come into warrior two. Pausing to breathe. Be proud of wherever you are today in your practice. Flip the left hand over. Come back into peaceful warrior. Continuing to breathe. Rise up through center. Come over into side angle, elbow above the knee. You're doing good. Just hang with it. You're doing awesome. Rise up through center. We're doing our flow. Exhale. Peaceful warrior. Inhale. Side angle. Inhale. Peaceful warrior. Inhale. Side angle. Now this time, inhale up through center. Spin both feet parallel to the front. Spin the right foot to the front of the mat. Coming into warrior two. Cartwheel the hands back down to frame the foot. Step back into plank. Drop the knees. Chaturanga. Up dog. Exhale, down dog. And come down into child's pose. Bring the knees out wide, butt back. Bring the arms to the sides this time. Bring the forehead to the mat. And just breathe. Be proud of where you are in your practice today. Be proud of the fact that you came to the mat. Just pausing here for a few breaths. And on your next inhale, come back up into tabletop position. And we're just going to scoot the feet out in front of us. Getting ready to slow down our practice a little. Coming into staff pose. Inhale. Arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. You can grab the sides of your legs. Come down to your ankles. Grab your feet, whatever is accessible to you. Just fold forward. And breathe. Breathe into that stretch. Maybe you come down a little more with every exhale. On your next inhale, carefully come back up to center. I'm going to take the left foot. Bring it over to the right thigh. And inhale the arms out to the side. Exhale over towards the right foot. You want to rotate the side out. Don't just collapse into it. Just getting a good stretch. Inhale back up. Turn to face the foot a little bit. Turn to face the hips. And exhale down. Breathing into the stretch. Come back up carefully. We're going to switch legs. So left leg out, right foot to left thigh. Inhale, arms out. Come over to the side, towards the toes, rolling outwards, not collapsing over. And just breathe. Inhale back up, square the hips, face the foot, and exhale back down. Just breathing into that forward fold. On your next inhale, come back up. You're going to come over to the side, so just put the legs out in front of you. Sorry, I have to put this here. So just put the legs out in front of you. Carefully come down, rolling vertebrae by vertebrae, down to the floor. And once you're there, go ahead and pick up both feet so they're up towards the sky. Grab the sides of the legs or sides of the feet, whatever is accessible to you. Come into happy baby, and you can roll from side to side, giving the low back a bit of a massage. And this is just a fun pose. It's good for the hips. On your next inhale, use your hands, bring the knees together. Come up, give yourself a big hug because you did awesome today. And release into Shavasana. Just let it all go. And feel yourself begin to relax from the top of your head. Relax in between your eyes. Relax the jaw, the throat, any tightness in the throat or the chest, just let that go. Relax the stomach, the shoulders, relax your hands. Any tension remaining in the hips, just let it go. Relax the thighs, relax the calves, relax your ankles, relax your feet and your toes. Feel that there is no effort here. Feel how you're heavy against the floor, that gravity is supporting you, and that you are supported in all that you do, and you are safe. And on your next inhale, begin to deepen your breathing, bringing awareness back to the body. Start making some movements with the fingers and toes, some rotations with the ankles and wrists. And you can reach out long into one long stretch and roll over to one side in the fetal position. You can keep your eyes shut and just stay here for a moment. And then using your hands, push yourself back up into a comfortable seat. Bring the hands to the knees. Close your eyes. do a quick scan of the body. See how it feels differently than when you began your practice. And thank yourself for coming to the mat today, taking some time to do something that's good for you. Bring your hands to heart center in prayer. You can open your eyes. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. If you like this video, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. I put up more videos every week. Let me know how your yoga practice is doing. Leave me a comment. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much for spending the time with me today. I'll see you next time.